market research is going to reveal what you need to know in order to get started without someone telling you you need more than one vehicle to get started.
Welcome back to NEMT Van Talks. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Monica.
And we are the owners of an NEMT business based in California. So, I have a question for you. Do you think that you need a fleet of vehicles to start your NEMT business?
Well, think again. Let's talk about it, girl.
So, I have been seeing all over social media, and we have been receiving some messages, DMs, and emails about, hey, my budget only allows me one vehicle. Can I get started with just that one vehicle? And my answer is absolutely. You are the owner of your business. Who is dictating whether or not you need more than one vehicle? No one, unless you're pursuing contract opportunities with other agencies. But if you're starting out with just one vehicle, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. So when we talking about advantages, the first thing that came to mind is that when you start with one vehicle, you have that opportunity of tailoring your relationship with your customers. And what I mean by that is because you're starting with one vehicle, so automatically your fleet size is small. And so you can really build rapport with your customers. You can really tailor to the services that they require and that they need. But also, you are the face and brand of your business, right? You're able to really establish a good relationship within the community and market and brand your business to where you can set your business up to grow and scale within the next 6 months to a year, because you have really focused on learning the ins and out of your business. So starting with one vehicle will put you in those positions where you can learn so much about your business, where you can grow and scale. And so I really like when you start with one vehicle.
Now, that's also if you're owner operator.
Yes.
Now, if you have drivers, then that's a little different.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. I like the idea of, actually, I get excited when I talk to people and they say, yeah, I want to first work within my business.
Yes.
Learn the ins and outs so that I'm able to train my drivers and train my staff to operate my business the way that I want them to. So I think that that's an absolute plus. And honestly, your clients, based on our experience, they don't care if you have one van, two van, or three vans.
No.
As long as you're able to get them from point A to point B safely and, picking them up on time, they could care less.
They could care less.
Yeah. But some of the disadvantages of only having one vehicle is you're limited to your service area, because if you only have one van, you're not able to you're not able to handle a high capacity of trip volume, because just as well as you drop people off, you have to pick them up. And if it gets to the point where people are waiting an hour or more for you to return, then that's a problem, and it could affect it could be negative. It could negatively impact your business overall. So that is one disadvantage to only having one vehicle. But I will tell you, because we started with one van, so we can speak from experience, because we were all over the place. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but we had a scheduling software that was able to route our trips. So we didn't have any problems when it came to picking people up and dropping them off, because our routes were planned.
Not at first. as we didn't have a scheduling software in place at first, but because when we were doing it by hand, we knew like we can't continue to do this by hand. And so when we got that scheduling software, it did make it did make things so much easier for us as well. But another
wait, Monica, because I know they're gonna ask about scheduling software. I know.
You got them. You're gonna leave it out.
So I'll leave the link to MediRoutes down below in the description. Definitely check them out. You're able to schedule a free demo so you can actually review their software and make notes of what you like, what you don't like, and move on from there.
But I was just gonna add another disadvantage that I could think of is that when you are starting with one vehicle, you are limited in the opportunities that you may be able to pursue. Just it depends on what that contract entails. So if they're asking or they're requiring you to start with more than one vehicle or a fleet of vehicles, then you may be limited in those opportunities that you can pursue. But again, it all determines based on what you're trying to do in that moment, right? If you're trying to just get started, you can start with one vehicle. So that's something you want to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, like those opportunities, maybe like with the VA, or maybe you have like a major health plan that's looking for transport. But heck, at that point, like if you got a lucrative contract that's coming about, you better go and get a loan and get some more vehicles. But yeah, absolutely, the type of opportunities that you could pursue. But another thing that I think of too, which like worried us to death when we only had one van. If that van break down.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, you definitely need to consider that, because if you only have one van, that van breaks down and you have a roster full of clients on your schedule for the week, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So, we have a vehicle, what's that video we got?
We have a policy.
No, we have a video about one van, and if it breaks down.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely check out that video. I'll leave the link down below, but I'll also...
A backup plan. You need a backup plan.
Yeah, you need a backup plan. But, I mean, we figured it out. But it's also something to consider when you're choosing your vehicle, right? Like, you want to make sure that you are getting a reliable vehicle when you're just starting out, especially if you're only going to have just that one van. So, yeah. But that's just a couple of the disadvantages that I could think of that really stand out for me. But I do want to venture over to opportunities, right? Because I know we talked about opportunities. So there are, and from what I've been seeing, transportation brokers will tell transportation providers that they have to have more than one van. Commonly, they're saying like 3 or 4. But with that, I would say definitely don't let another agency dictate your operations. You as a business owner should know what you're able to handle financially.
Yes.
And if investing in 2 more vehicles just does not make financial sense for your business, do not do it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because there has been plenty of times where I have worked with transportation providers and they say, the broker told me to go get 2 or 3 more vans. They told me to go get these vans, and now they don't have any work for me.
Right. And you're still responsible for that. You're responsible for that lease payment
and the insurance
every single month. And if brokers or any entity is requesting that of you as a business owner, one, you want to get it in writing. You should have that in writing, that they are guarantee you that trip volume. And if they can't guarantee you the work, then you don't want to make that investment, right?
So if you want to put a clause in there like, hey, they are going to guarantee you 10 rides a week or something like that, you can absolutely put that in your service contract. And so guaranteed, like they're going to guarantee you 10 rides, and if they don't give you those 10 rides, then they're still going to pay you for them, right? So that's a little different. And if you're looking for a service contract, we have one on our website, mjreliabletransportation.com. It's customizable, so you can add or remove anything that you want. But yes, those service contracts are a little different.
Yeah.
The only issue that I really see this more commonly is with the broker. And like you said, they're not going to guarantee you trips. Even if they know they can send you a bunch of trips, they're not going to guarantee it for legal purposes. But absolutely do not Do not go out and buy 3 or 4 vehicles without having a plan in place, a strong plan in place, because you have lease payments, you have insurance payments, you have operational costs, and you want to make sure that you're able to cover those costs. Now, we started working with a transportation broker with just one vehicle.
So that's how we know for sure you can do it with. And not only that, we have students in our course that are currently in our course, that have taken our course, that have started their business, that are currently operating their business. And guess what? They started with what?
Just one vehicle. And our students are not just in California. We have students in Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Midwest. So yes, for sure, you can absolutely start with one vehicle. Now, if the broker is telling you that you need more than one vehicle, some of the times, honestly, it's just to turn you the other way. They don't want to be bothered with you, or they may say it because they're looking for more experienced transportation providers. So they figure if you have 3 or more vehicles, then you're likely to be experienced, so you're not going to be a headache to them. So it's just a lot of different things, but that's why it's important to really do a thorough market analysis when you are starting your business. Like, you can talk to the transportation brokers very early on to find out if the trip volume is there, right? So, definitely do your thorough market analysis if you can. But we are here to tell you that no, you do not need more than one vehicle to start your NEMT business. I'm here to tell you that no, you do not need more than one vehicle to work with transportation brokers. You just need to find the right transportation broker. Or if they tell you, let's just say the transportation broker is one of the major brokers in your state and they are telling you you need 2 or more. Okay, take it and come back maybe 4 to 6 months. Maybe something may have changed by then. Right? So, if you're doing your research very early on, then you would have not made the investment to get a vehicle or vehicles, right?
And then to add to that, if you're doing your market research will also tell you how many vehicles you need in order to get started in that industry, and the type of vehicles you need to get started as well. That's why we always emphasize the importance of doing market research, because market research is going to reveal what you need to know in order to get started without someone telling you you need more than one vehicle to get started. Your research is going to give you the information you need to know in order to make that
informed decision.
That informed decision. So I know you guys hear us say that so much, and honestly, it's because it's so critical. It is so critical that you do that step before you make those investments.
So I hope this video has restored hope into you. I hope that you are not solely focusing on broker work, that you are looking to diversify your portfolio.
You better be.
Because as a business owner, you are the one that determines how many vehicles that you're going to start with. And when you look for opportunities, don't just look for opportunities with transportation brokers. Look for opportunities all around you.
Absolutely.
All right,
guys.
Bye.